real quick, send me your gear to represent your team on my back wall. I now have a P.O. Box. It is P.O. Box 360, Liberty, South Carolina, 29657. You can send shirts, helmets, cups, jerseys, whatever you want to send to represent your team on this channel. Well, Jimbo Fisher leaving a door cracked for the possibility of coaching at West Virginia. Yeah, it seems like that's the buzz around Morgantown right now. He did an interview, and there was a few things that really made some people kind of raise their eyebrows, like this could be a real possibility. Of course, we already know that Jimbo Fisher and Nick Saban are from West Virginia. Honestly, I would prefer Nick Saban for obvious reasons, but Nick Saban has flat out come out and said he's never coming back to West Virginia. Like, he's talked down on West Virginia. He's looked down on West Virginia. So I don't really care for that, but you know, Jimbo Fisher, I would be okay with that. I mean, he says he loves the state still. He still roots for the team. Of course, he coaches at Texas A&M, but man's leaving the door open to where maybe a return to his home state as a head coach for the West Virginia Mountaineers is a real possibility. Take a look at what he said in this interview. He said, "You don't ever say never in this business." That makes sense. Home is home. Also makes sense. I love West Virginia, and it's very near and dear to my heart, of course. I love them and have always rooted for them my whole life. So he is an actual West Virginia fan, not just from West Virginia, but an actual West Virginia fan. So far, checking all the boxes. You never say never in this business, okay? You're repeating yourself, okay? Where it takes you. I'm happy where I'm at, and I love where I'm at. Home is home. So he repeated two things. You never say never in this business, and home is home. So not only did he say it, but he emphasized it. He reiterated it. So that, I mean, is there something to that? I don't know. But do we want Jimbo Fisher? Well, let's see here. He's 56 years old. Overall, he's 118-37. Pretty good record. Texas A&M 35-14. I know, I've been down on him because he's had way more talent to be just 35-14. Honestly, he should have already won a national championship, but still pretty good record. 8-2 in bowls. Man, that would be a big deal to West Virginia if we could get back to not just getting to bowls, but winning bowls. Of course, 2013 national champs when he was the head coach at Florida State in 2013. 3 ACC titles at Florida State. So yes, he does know how to have success. Now here's the thing. If Texas A&M fires Jimbo Fisher anytime before his contract is up, they would owe him 100% what's left on the contract, which right now would be around $100 million. But if Jimbo Fisher leaves Texas A&M before his contract is up, he would owe them nothing. The university or the place that he goes to would owe them nothing. There is no buyout. So this contract is very coach friendly. And honestly, if he got the itch, man, I have enough money. I've done all I can here at Texas A&M. It's time to go home to West Virginia. He could do it, and it wouldn't cost him a penny, and it wouldn't cost West Virginia a penny. You know, I've tried to give Neal Brown opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, and I'm still doing it. I'm still doing it. That was a great game at the backyard brawl, but not going for it on 4th and freaking 6 inches. All the drop balls, all the penalties. I don't know if we're taking that next step. We've kind of stalled. We took a big step from 2019 to 2020, 5-7 to 6-4, but then last year took a step back to 6-6. So this year he really needs to take a big step forward for me to be okay with him, and I'm sticking with it. 8-4. He needs to go at least 8-4 if I'm going to feel okay with him being the head coach of West Virginia continuing in the future. I know his buyout is $20 million, but I mean, $20 million future of West Virginia football, yeah, we might have to eat that if we don't improve this year. And the offense was much better except for the daggum drop balls. And Bryce Ford Wheaton, bless his heart, I'm not trying to throw shade on you, brother. You had a great game, but man, that one dropped tipped pass, pick 6, that's what cost us the game. Again, not throwing shade on you if you do see this video, that it was just the circumstances. That's just how it goes sometimes. I actually feel bad for you because I know that still hurts a little bit. Well, probably a lot. So not throwing shade. It just seems like things that shouldn't happen to us happen to us. The things that we need to happen to us don't happen to us. So maybe it is time to move on from Neal Brown. I don't know. I'm still giving him the rest of the year, but this is not a good start. We'll see in the Kansas game if he can put that behind him, because last year we almost beat Oklahoma on the road, and then the next game we lost to Texas Tech at home. We let Oklahoma beat us twice. And I know it's Kansas, but Kansas is much better. West Virginia is a 16.5 point favorite. But if your mind is still in the backyard brawl and you're still sulking about it and it's still hurting, stuff like that, and you don't use it for the field, Kansas could upset West Virginia. Just ask Texas last year. They did it to Texas. So come in focused. We have to win 5 in a row for me to feel good about this season. Seriously. We got to beat Kansas. We got to beat Towson. We got to beat Virginia Tech. We got to beat Texas. And we got to beat Baylor. 5 games in a row. Then I'll feel much, much, much better about this season and having high hopes of going at least 8-4. My season prediction was going 9-3, but that was contingent on us beating Pitt. And we had our chances. We could have put our foot on their throats, but no, we don't go for it on 4th and inches. Several opportunities to put that game away against Pitt, didn't do it, and of course they took advantage. But now Jimbo Fisher showing interest, not right this second, but possibly in the future. And 56 years old, he's not that old of an individual. So he's still got a lot of coaching years left in him. So even if he stays at Texas A&M for, say, another 5 years, that would only put him at 61. That could still give him a good 15 to 20 years at West Virginia, depending on how long he would want to coach at West Virginia. So just something to think about. And even if the thing with Neal Brown doesn't work out with West Virginia, we do have a fallback with Graham Harrell, so we do have that. But now we have a fallback, maybe, in Jimbo Fisher. And yes, I've been down on him, but man, he can recruit. And we do need talent at West Virginia. I would be okay with 8-4, 9-3, 10-win season every once in a while. It's better than 6-6 and 7-5, you know? People forget how good West Virginia was before Dana Holgorsen. That is the dude that set this program back a decade. Everybody's like, I wish we had Dana Holgorsen back. No, he's the one that put us in this situation. And maybe Neal Brown isn't the answer to that problem, but Dana Holgorsen created that problem. I mean, people want to talk about, oh, fire Neal Brown after last year. Well, you should have been saying the same thing after Dana Holgorsen, because after year 3, he was 4-8 and lost to Kansas. Yes, he had a better winning percentage, but it was because of that first year having all that NFL talent going 10-3. That's the difference. You look at the progression, 10-3 in 2011, 7-6 in 2012, and then 4-8 in 2013. So as bad as Neal Brown's progression has been at West Virginia, Dana Holgorsen's was way worse in year 3. So this has to be a big jumping point for Neal Brown. We have to go at least 8-4 for him to feel good about his job security at West Virginia. And for us fans to feel good about him being our head coach. I like the guy. He's a great person, but we have to win on the field. That's the bottom line. West Virginia is better than what we've seen over the past decade. It just is. And I know Houston went 12-2. That's all the arguments that everybody wants to use as far as saying Dana Holgorsen is a better head coach than Neal Brown. He beat a bunch of trash teams last year. Tulsa, East Carolina, SMU. Oh, Memphis. That's a good win, right? Except for the halfway decent teams that he actually played, because they were able to avoid UCF and Cincinnati in the regular season. Texas Tech got smashed in that first game. And then, of course, they did eventually play Cincinnati in the AAC Championship, got smashed, and then eked out a win over mighty Auburn, except Auburn barely limped into a bowl themselves. They barely qualified at 6-6 and finished 6-7. So, no, 12-2 was not a good year for Houston last year, because the only couple decent teams that they played, they got smashed. Same for 2016 at West Virginia. Oh, this is a great year. We had a 10-win season. Yeah, except for the couple decent teams that we played, we got smashed. Oh, wait, we did have one ranked win over number 10 Baylor. I think it was number 10. They were highly ranked, but that's it. Everything else was garbage. And, of course, we got smashed by Miami in the bowl. So, no, Dana Holgorsen is not a better head coach than Neal Brown. Yeah, I kind of went off on a rabbit trail on that one. But really, the bottom line with this video is Jimbo Fisher has left the door at least a little bit open for the possibility of him coming back to West Virginia to head coach the West Virginia Mountaineers in the future. Y'all let me know in the comments section. Would you want that to happen? Doesn't matter if you're a West Virginia fan or not. Let me know in the comments section. That's all I got for you for this show. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you on my next show.